Okay, you can start whenever you're ready.
Okay. Well, hi everyone from Redbridge. My name, just for you who don't remember or don't know, my name is Enoch Nichols, and I would love to be here present with you for this conference that I have so much look forward to. I've prepared, also participated in preparing, but Lord knows I had to travel. So I just want to tell a little bit about me and my background. I was born in a Christian family, like many of you, younger children, but I was born in a special or different Christian family where I was born and raised in another country. My parents are missionaries, and so I am a missionary kid, or sometimes we call MK. My parents raised, and I was also born in a country called Brazil. My father, if you were on Sunday, you will watch his video, my parents' video, as missionaries of Redbridge Baptist Church. So, I was born and raised in Brazil by my parents and most of my siblings. You will watch my brother's presentation, Brother Jeremiah. We were raised in Brazil as children to our parents who raised us at home, speaking in English, and with our friends then we would play in Portuguese. So that's one cool thing about being an MK is at home we would speak English, and in the street we would, or with our friends, we would speak Portuguese. So that is called bilingual. We learned two languages, and that was really cool. That was something really cool. So I can speak in English and Portuguese fluently. Another really interesting thing about being an MK is the experience of getting to know how large this world is. Brazil is also in the Western Hemisphere, but it's on the south side of the Western Hemisphere. North America, or United States, is on the north side, so you get a different culture, different region, different weather. And Brazil is in South America, which is on the south side of the Eastern Hemisphere, or the Western Hemisphere. So it's really cool because it's a warmer climate. It's always warm all year long. It rarely ever gets cold. It rains less than here. So we get to know a lot of different things about the countries that where we go, and as an MK. So that's another really interesting factor of being an MK. But one of the most important things as being an MK that I liked was the fact of being raised by a father who is a missionary and also a pastor. So he was also my personal instructor who led me through God's Word. So since we were raised in another country and also homeschooled, my father was also my homeschooler teacher who taught me from God's Word. So this was the most important thing, being raised at home in another country with parents who raised us to honor and glorify God at home, from home. That was what was a very special thing about being an MK, raised in another country with godly parents. That was one of the most important things that I'll never forget as being an MK. So that was one of the most important things that I would ever remember. There are several other stories that I could tell you about being an MK that are very special, but those were the most important factors that I could remember. I also appreciated it as being an MK, being of a large family. My My parents had 10 children. I am the third of 10 children, so it was a big family. That was also special, growing up in a big family as an MK. Several other things I could tell you about the Brazilian cultures or country that are different than the American culture here in the United States, but that's the best. Some personal things about that I like are the food, the Brazilian food. One of the most famous that I like and that is very common in Brazil is the churrasco, Brazilian churrasco. I like a lot. It's like a barbecue, but it's different than an American barbecue. It's a roast of or meat on a grill, on a barbecue grill, with Brazilian flavors, which makes it very special, very delicious. So that's one of my favorite foods. Sports, I like soccer, which is Brazil's most common sport down there. It's not as common here in the United States as it is in Brazil, so that's another difference. Other sports down there, they play volleyball, especially like beach volleyball, but they don't play all the other sports, or at least not very often the sports that we more commonly play here in the United States, like football and baseball and golf or hockey or these other sports. These are sports that they don't play, or at least rarely play there in Brazil. So soccer is definitely the most common, and also volleyball. So there will be a time of questions for you to make some questions. I wish I could answer. I can probably answer some of your questions when I come back from my trip, if you ask me personally, or you can ask my brother Jeremiah, and he'll be able to answer most of the questions, if not all the questions, for you. So thank you so much for your presence here, coming to the Awana, special Awana this year for missions, and may God bless you. And if you have the heart and the desire to go to another place, or to minister to other people, maybe far away, or maybe even start out close by, I'd love to talk with you and spend time with you and invest in you, because it's something very special, very, very special to be able to serve the Lord in another region, another country, another culture. It's something very special. So may the Lord bless you, and may you have a wonderful event.
And Enoch, can you also tell us who your hero by faith is?
My hero by faith, like I kind of already said, was my father. My father, definitely, he was the one who raised me as who I am. I definitely have a lot to thank the Lord for my father. He was a great example to me, raising me since a child, since a baby, to memorize and to read the scriptures, and definitely. Besides my father, as he also said, my grandfather, his father was also a great man of God. Both of my grandfathers are great examples, leaders, pastors.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. The Lord bless you all.